So this one's a little late because just didn't have the time to edit these videos. This is actually from Saturday. Me and Hunter, and we'll feature Joey and my wife even, did deadlift. We're back on the wagon wheels because, again, in the contest we have coming up on March 14th, we're going to be doing 705 for reps on the wagon wheel. As many reps as I can do in a minute, and I got big expectations for myself. So I worked up to 620. I did 2 sets of 5. That was the first one. Hunter kept it at about 505 and got more reps, and definitely was looking speedy on him. And sometimes that's how it is. You got to listen to your body. And I think for him, his back has been feeling tight. Strongman training in general is a lot of volume on the back altogether. My powerlifting training going into this, especially because my coach being Pete Rubish, we go pretty heavy on back. So I feel like I was pretty prepared for a lot of back training. It's made this strongman prep go pretty well for me, in my opinion. So it's been great. This was still really tough though. 620 probably move a lot easier for me if I wasn't as tired. So, but that's good though. I kind of wanted to get some training under fatigue and push myself. And this second set especially really pushed me. I think on that last rep, yeah, I just kind of fall over and drop it. Hunter back the same weight, just super easy for him, but good quality work in here. I actually think his form on this day looked better than mine. He's getting more knees over the bar. When you do the wagon wheels, it's a lot of upper back, especially if done right. You're really using your lats to get the movement going. I mean, there's still lower back involved, but you don't get to use the momentum off the floor that you can drive to push through lockout. So you're still getting a lot of glute involvement there. Yeah, and then we went into sandbags. So this is kind of the warm up to sandbags, just kind of warming up the back and the biceps. One thing I've learned doing sandbags is that if I'm not warmed up properly, I'm going to be in a lot of pain. And it's not my back whatsoever. It's actually my bicep tendons, which has always been a problem for me. I really can't even straight bar squat outside of competitions because I get such pain in my biceps from doing it. So I really only use like buffalo bar, Yukon bar, safety squat bar. But after deadlifts, I'm pretty warmed up. So we still started with the 100-pound sandbag. That's what this little bad boy is. Just got some reps in just to make sure not coming in cold. So felt pretty good. You can see there, I'm just, throwing it up, making it easy. So that felt super nice and easy. Joey jumped in with us too, but this was the real special guest. This is my wife, Jordan. She's done this before too. She's lifted the 100. I don't think she shouldered it, but she lifted and walked with it. So I was kind of coaching her through it. So it was funny because I'm just like, pick it up, stiff legged deadlift it. You can tell she's trying to bend her knees into it. So she did get into the stiff legged deadlift. And she's strong. Understand that Jordan is a pretty accomplished power lifter for what she is. She's got a 300-pound deadlift. She's, creeping up on a 300-pound squat. I kept telling her to sit back, and I think she just overly took that advice and sat all the way down. But, she'll get it. We moved right on to the 250-pound sandbag. In total, I think I did about 3 reps sandbag to shoulder with the 250. Truth is, I was pretty cooked this day. I really would have liked to have gotten a lot more sandbag work in. But this is feeling pretty exhausting. I think Hunter definitely got a lot more volume in. And he was quick to say, like, well, you did 110 pounds more on deadlift than me or whatever. But the truth is, my deadlift's a lot stronger than Hunter's. So, like, equal work, he probably did a lot more than I did overall, even so. Which is good because if, me and him are in the same weight class in this upcoming strongman meet. So if he's going to beat me, it's going to have to be on speed and endurance. I think strength and stamina probably favor me at this point. He might catch up in overall stamina, but normally when we train together, I can push him. But his athleticism and his just general talent, as people point out, if you watch Hunter do things, people will just say he's just very talented. He can Olympic lift, power lift. He's a very accomplished shot putter and shot put coach. So here's our boy Joey. Joey's also competing, but he's going to be doing the amateur side in the lower weight class, so he won't have as big of weights. And then here's Hunter. He set up a full run at this point, so this was pretty cool. So this is going to go from 150, 200 to 250, and he had us time him. Which this is smart. This is this is how we really should be training more often. I've just been kind of like hodgepodging together a bunch of crazy volume and all that kind of stuff, and he's better to be like, hey, let's set it up. Let's treat it like a contest. Let's put a timer on it and do stuff like that. So I need to get better about doing that. I am conscious of that with the deadlift, and I want to start doing like, some AMRAPs soon at closer to contest weight. I probably won't take contest weight, but really the best strategy is to work just sub maximal weights of what the contest is and just get good and fast and volume. And you can see Hunter is just putting on a clean. Oh, that was 4 sandbags. So he probably started with the 100, went 150, 200, 250. And he's smart enough to switch arms. I don't think I ever switched arms. He kept suggesting that I switch my arms to not wear out one. And I think I just did all my reps with just the one arm. So complete clinic there. Here's Joey with the 250, which, this is more than Joey weighs. Hunter's about 250 body weight. Joey's weighing about 220 to 230, depending on how much Korean barbecue he ate that day. So this is pretty good for him. So we coached him through it, right? So same technique ideas. And don't get me wrong, I'll be the first to say I'm far from an expert. I'm pretty knowledgeable in powerlifting. I coach powerlifting. I've done 2 strongman contests. None of them have involved sandbags. So a lot of what I know and what I talk about is based on what I see from YouTube videos, which I do watch a lot of because it's entertaining to me, and just what we figured out. But, we coached them through stiff-legged deadlifted up, which, he kind of did. And Joey's a really good deadlifter. He's got a 530 third attempt deadlift in a meet. But he's got long limbs too. So like really he can get this. You see when he gets his over underarms there, he's got a lot on him. He's also got a surprisingly strong back. So I told him after this, I'm not surprised he can hold this position. So if he's going to have a wrestling match with it to get it to his shoulder, like, he's got the strength for that. So that was a pretty big accomplishment for him there. Here's another run from Hunter with the sandbags, just completely putting on a clinic with these things, getting them up to the shoulders, nice and easy. His technique's super dialed on these, and even on the 250, I was giving him shit because he was rowing the weights more than stiff-legged deadlifting, which I think takes a little bit more out of him. He decided also to finish this day with some bench pressing. He's really been working on his bench press. He doesn't pause his reps like a power lifter very often, so you see him do more of like a touch and go. That I think is the big thing is he's a thrower. And I'm going to throw in some squats I did. This is actually 2 days later, which is a pretty short turnaround time for us to do heavy and heavy. But, I went into the session telling Hunter, like, we'll see how he feels. So there's a 600-pound buffalo bar squat for one. That was my last warm-up. It had been a long time since I had a squat PR, since I haven't been training powerlifting. So I decided to load it up. So this was 645 pounds on the buffalo bar. I went into this day not knowing if I was even going to be able to squat anything heavy, but the warm-ups felt good. I felt good. I loaded this up. The goal was 3 reps. I get through these first couple feeling pretty good. Went pretty confidently into this third, and with a good pace too. And that third one was actually good depth. I think I was having a tendency to cut them high, and it felt great. So I went for a fourth, and not even unhappy with the depth on that fourth. So good day, good training.